Hey guys, it's Shell, your rolling MC, and I am the mouth on the mic of Hitting the Streets podcast show. Today on the show, I have the lovely Laurie Mealy, Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity of Grayson County. Laurie, welcome and please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm Laurie Mealy. I'm with Habitat for Humanity and have been with Habitat for not just years, but at this point, decades. And it's my pleasure to be on the show today with you, Shell.
Well, thank you so much. So we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. So what I'd like for you to do is tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I did not grow up in Sherman, but we have lived in the community now, my husband and I and our daughters, for more than 30 years. And my daughters were brought up in the schools here, and we've been part of this community, as I say, for about a little more than 30 years now. And my background is that I was with Children's Protective Services before I came to Habitat. So I was with that organization for a little over 12 years. And then that's my previous life. And then there was the Rearing the Children life, and now there is the Habitat for Humanity work life.
So tell me about Habitat for Humanity and how it helps our community.
Habitat focuses on affordable home ownership. There are so many people in this community who need affordable housing. We know that in our hearts every day because we know that's one of the greatest needs in our community. People are having a very hard time finding affordable housing. So Habitat doesn't focus just on housing, it's really about home ownership. So it's designed for people who need a home, have the ability to pay for a home, but are low income and are willing to be a partner with Habitat. So we receive applications from those people and work with them, and then we're able to offer a 0% mortgage to those families. So we not only qualify the family, but then we build a house in partnership with them and volunteers. Then we carry the note. So we are the social service organization, we're the construction organization, and we're the bank. So the beauty of Habitat is that we get to know families not just for the duration of the build, but over the term of the note, 25 or 30 years.
Wow, I did not know that. So really quick, this is something that had popped in my head while you was talking. What is sweat equity?
It means volunteer hours. So people have to volunteer on someone else's house before they get to choose a lot for their own house. In all, families have to contribute a minimum of 250 hours of sweat equity. And first, those hours have to be on someone else's house.
That's awesome. So they have to work 250 volunteer hours on someone else's house. And this is part of the application process?
Yes. However, they don't have to put all 250 on someone else's house. They have to put a number of hours on, and after 100 hours, they get to choose their own lot. So they put 100 hours on someone else's house.
And do you guys work with them when it comes down to helping them understand how to pay for a house and how to make sure they make their payments? Do you do anything like that?
Every family goes through a series of budgeting classes. They earn sweat equity for those budgeting classes.
Oh,
so that
there
part's
you
really
go.
nice.
There
Exactly.
you go. Awesome.
So yes, there's that, and then we talk with families all through the process about how to budget, how to prepare for things when your house needs repairs. We always say it's not a question of if your house is going to need repairs, it's when your house is going to need repairs.
Absolutely.
So they have to have an emergency fund in place, and all of this is part of education, and that's a really important part of
Okay, so I need to be a part of the classes. You can teach me. You can teach me. Okay. So tell me, why did you want to lead this organization?
I was a board member. I was a founding board member for Habitat. So I learned about the organization from reading a magazine article in Time magazine. And it was in 1989. We were living in Houston at the time, my husband and I. And after I read the article, I said, if I ever find a Habitat chapter or whatever they are, I'm gonna be a part of it. And then a few months later, we moved to Sherman, and guess what? They were forming a chapter of a Habitat for Humanity. So I had to go.
How long has our chapter been around?
Our affiliate's been in place since 1991.
Oh, wow. Oh,
So we've
wow.
celebrated 30 years in this community.
Oh my gosh, congratulations. Oh my goodness.
Congratulations to all of us.
Yes, to everyone who's been a
Yes.
part of that. The community, the board members, the volunteers.
Right.
Oh my.
So for a very long time, it was an all-volunteer organization. All volunteer, and we did that for many, many, many years. And then finally at some point, somebody said, really, we need somebody to answer the phone.
Right.
On a regular basis.
On a regular basis.
So I was actually hired as executive director. I was the first one, but the job, as I've laughed about many times, is a little more than answering the phone.
I'm sure. I'm sure it is. So tell us a little bit about the Restore. Tell us. I've been there several times shopping and getting things, but how did that come about?
A lot of Habitat affiliates have formed Restores for a variety of reasons. First, it can be a great stream of income for your organization.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, we apply for grants. Of course, we have fundraisers. Of course, our families repay their loans. But we need steady sources of income, especially with the rising cost of construction materials.
Oh my gosh, that's not even. Oh my gosh, the wood.
Exactly.
The wood
so.
alone.
Exactly.
Mm.
So, almost 4 years ago, our affiliate decided to organize a Restore as well. It was not our first try. In fact, it was our third try to do it. So third time's the charm, right? So really, we looked into it first 15 or so years ago.
Wow.
Couldn't quite get it done. Tried again. Couldn't quite get it done, but this time it worked. So it's been in business for 4 years, and it provides income for the organization. It provides affordable building materials and furniture and appliances for the public. That's a great thing. And it also keeps things out of the landfill. So it has a threefold purpose.
Wow. I am learning so much today. I did not know that. Oh my goodness, that's great. Okay, so tell me, what has been your most successful project? Now, I know what you do overall, but what has been the most successful one?
That is so hard to say because every family's home truly is the most successful project. So today we close on a house that it's just the biggest thrill of anyone's life. Well, no, there's when you start the house, that's the biggest thrill. And when you finish the house and dedicate it, that's a huge thrill.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then when you close on the house and the homeowner has those closing documents in
their hands,
it's a huge thrill. So I just have to say every one of them has been wonderful.
And you said you do a dedication. Do you do that before the closing, or you do it after the closing and everything? You guys do, because I've been to a dedication before which I've never been, and that was really cool and amazing, and it was so emotional.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? Happy tears, but it's so emotional. So you guys do that with every single home, a dedication?
Yes, absolutely. If possible, we always have some kind of wall raising ceremony also. It's the same kind of thing. It's a spirit-filled, happy occasion. It's like a worship service. And it is a worship service where we're offering scripture, offering prayers, people are singing, people are joining together, knowing that in community we're going to be building those homes. And then at the end we dedicate the house and present keys and a Bible and more tears, more hugs, and then somewhere as quickly as possible we close on the house. So we like for it all to happen at the same time. It doesn't always happen at the same time.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's talk about challenges. And what are the challenges are you guys facing right now?
We just talked about one of them, and that is the cost of building materials. We can't stress enough how much the building materials have gone up just in the last, say, 2 years.
I was going to say the past 2 years it has.
Exactly. So that's been a challenge. Certainly during the pandemic, having volunteers on the work site was a challenge because, of course we couldn't have community volunteers on the work
things were
site.
shut down,
Exactly. And like so many other homeowners, our homeowners are concerned about the rising cost of taxes.
Yeah, property taxes.
Taxes. And then with that goes the cost of insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't even think about that. So tell me what your most urgent needs are right now. With all this going on in the materials and everything that we just talked about, what is your most urgent needs?
I think it depends. It kind of depends on the day.
Okay.
So every day is a new day.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So we always welcome. We welcome volunteers to come to the work site to help build together. Yes, that's wonderful. We are always looking for, I don't know, gifts in kind. So if somebody doesn't donate money, then they can donate materials. And we have had very generous donors who donated materials for the work site.
That's great.
That enables us to go farther with the funds we have. So that's always wonderful. We always look for lots on which to build homes. So that's another thing that is kind of an ongoing need.
Okay. So, you know, we're putting together the Hot Rods for Humanity, and that's one of the biggest things that we wanted to do is to help raise funds, because we know that it's really getting hard out there for a lot of things. Materials, food, costs, property taxes. There's just a lot of things that are changing so fast, especially, I always say coming out of the pandemic. I think we're still in there. I don't think we've quite come out of there just yet. Before we start talking about the Hot Rods for Humanity, if the community wanted to get to know this organization better, you know, what's the best way for them to be a part of this, or how do they find out more information?
Certainly through our website.
Okay.
Or through our Facebook page. So Habitat for Humanity of Grayson County is a way to find it on Facebook. And calling the office.
Okay.
We are in the office 5 days a week and are happy to answer the public's questions, or just to explore possibilities with people who maybe need a home.
Yes, ma'am.
Are not sure whether Habitat is going to be the organization for them or what. And then Habitat is also able to offer a repair program. It's a much smaller program, but we offer exterior repairs for people's homes, for owner-occupied homes who are low-income people and need some exterior repair for their home. Again, this is a smaller program, and we fit it in between our house bills, but that we've served more than 25 families in that way as well.
That's awesome.
We also have a senior roofing program. That's designed for people who are senior citizens who need a roof, or either a roof replacement or a roof repair, and they can contact our office about that.
Oh my gosh, Laurie did not know about all of this. This is so good to find out. And everybody that's listening, make sure that you go on their website or their Facebook page. I'm sure you update everything every day to keep everybody posted.
Oh, not every single
day. Oh, not every single day.
No, I wish I should. We do it periodically.
Periodically, that's a great answer. That's a great answer. So, we are putting together, me and a couple of friends are putting together Hot Rods for Humanity. And I'm so glad to have you on the show to tell everybody a little bit more about Habitat for Humanity so we can get the message out there. But it's on Saturday, May the 7th from 4 to 8. It is a car show and a motorcycle show. We have had a lot of interest, let me just say that for the record. And I want to say thanks to Frank and Lois. Chad was on the show last week, so thank you so much for being that person and offering up the space. And there's 1880 Ice House as well as the Denison Food Truck Park. So we got that whole Chestnut Street there that's going to be shut down, and we're going to be raising funds for you guys. This is so exciting, and it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
I can tell that it is because of the people who've talked about it who don't really know necessarily that I know anything about it. So it's been fun to hear about it out in the community, besides the information that you've shared in so many places.
Yeah, we've got a lot of vendors, we got a lot of sponsors, man. There's a lot of people that showed up to sponsor, and we're very happy. We'd be able to do this without our sponsors, man. So I just want to say shout out to everyone that's came together to help us put this together, and it's just been, I'm really grateful and thankful that we've got that many people involved. So it's going to be a great event. Okay, so is there anything else that you would like to add before we wrap up?
I always like to take an opportunity to thank the community. You know, just like so many other nonprofits, there is no way this could be done. Building a house, for goodness sake, never mind 43 houses, for people who need homes without lots and lots and lots of other people involved. So it really does take an entire community and beyond that to make Habitat work, and that's how it works in this community.
Well, I appreciate your time for being on the show, Laurie.
Thank you, Shell.
All right, guys, that's it for me, your rolling MC. Catch another episode on Hitting the Streets.